All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I want to say, call hello, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors be to our apostles and elders, great millstone, who rule and who teach well. Peace, blessing, salutations be to you, brothers and sisters out there, man. All right, Shalom. So, I'm just going to kind of do an impromptu. I'm going to go ahead and start with Amos 3 and 1 down to 2. I'm going to basically go into, what Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, Judah, all the way down to the tribe of Issachar, when you look at the sign, from 1 to 12 and everybody in between, you have responsibilities that you have to uphold. Our nation has made a covenant with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And the Lord, as always, is keeping up His end. We're the ones that don't come through. We're the ones that don't meet the Lord halfway, so to speak. All right, so it's time for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, especially you men, to put aside that folly, to put aside that fucking bullshit. All right, it's time for us to really tap in to the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Yeah, you're going to be balanced. You're going to do things that, may not necessarily be spiritual, certain music you may listen to. Maybe you watch a movie, it's a folly movie, or maybe go swimming, whatever. You should go play basketball, but you should always be in the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, the elder from Chicago, GMS Austere Man, he made a beautiful video on not treating the spirit like a light switch. All right, meaning it needs to constantly and always be on. Okay? You see? It's like a fire at night. It needs to constantly be burning. All right? You need to constantly put more wood in, because otherwise you're going to wake up in the middle of the night shivering cold. We got to really continue to fuel the fire. All right? You got to remain in the spirit. And a lot of things that you even do, you may go play basketball or watch a movie or whatever you may do, and there will be spiritual things that happens. Maybe somebody says something spiritual. Maybe in a movie you peep something and you're like, hey, I'm going to do a lesson on it. There's always things that invoke the spirit. All right, if I'm using that word correctly. There's always things that can draw you to walking in or not walking in the spirit, because you should already be, doing that 25-8, Salaki, but to tap in, all right, to do a lesson, to, maybe you go through something and you get pissed off and you're like, man, I'm gonna throw a lesson on. Utilize your resources while you can. And unfortunately, which we know is prophecy, but majority of our people are bullshitting. Okay, but this is Amos chapter 3, verse 1 to 2. Hear this word that Yahweh, right, when it says Lord in all caps, you can look it up, it's Yahweh. Now it's going to say Jehovah or some, fuckery like that, all right, because it's the Yiddish, all right, it's not the Lashon Kodash, the holy tongue, but that's really a different lesson, which Yahweh Ratazai can, do a lesson on that, going into the names of God and His Son, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, all right, Yahweh meaning He exists, Wa, W-A being and, okay, and Yahweh Shai means He delivers, which is translated in English to Joshua. All right, so we are to call upon the names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, so hear this word, Amos 3 and 1. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel. So hold on, there's 18 nations in the Bible, and only one of those nations have the Lord made His portion. There's only one nation that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has chosen to be His people, to serve Him, to be exalted above everybody else, right? How can the Israelites be exalted above everybody else if everybody's equal, if everybody's the same, if everybody is the children of God, right? The sons of God. How would that work? That doesn't make any sense, right? So it says, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, and all the 18 nations. Out of all these 18 nations, because it even tells us I believe in Leviticus, or it might be Deuteronomy. I think it's Leviticus though. It says that the Lord hath severed, the nations. The Lord has separated us, man. We're supposed to be. So we can't just walk around with this mentality of, okay, we're Yasha Allah, right, which is the Hebrew word for Israel, which is Yah being he, Shar, prince, and Allah's power. So basically translating roughly to he is a prince of the power. Okay, so well that is what it translates to. So it's like, but so he is a prince of the power. We can't just walk around with this high-mindedness, this pride. No. Now, of course, have pride in a good sense, like I'm proud to be an Israelite, not proud in the sense of boasting, but proud in the sense of you're grateful, you're thankful for it, you're very appreciative of what Yahweh Shemel Shai has done. Okay? But so we don't just walk around like, yeah, I'm a son of God from such and such tribe. I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. I'm an Israelite from Naphtali, Gad, Reuben, Levi, Judah, Simeon, so on and so forth, Ephraim, right? You need Naphtali, all the 12 tribes. You can't just know that and you're walking around not doing anything. Okay? You can't just walk, yeah, I'm an Israelite. Yeah, I'm a real Jew. But you're not doing anything about it. What comes with the glory of being an Israelite, what comes with the being the nation above all other nations, and to receive the inheritance that we're about to receive through our bloodline, through the promise made to our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. There's I'm not even gonna say a fine print because it's big bold letters, right? But you don't just get to receive the reward and not put in no work, right? You can't just take glory and I'm a king, I'm royalty, I'm a Jew, I'm a real Jew. Well, you can't just say that. What comes with that? Actions. You got to conduct yourself accordingly, man. Okay? You're over here talking about you're an Israelite, you're royalty, and then you're rolling up a blunt. Or you're participating in criminal activity. Shit like that ain't gonna fucking slide, man. You're acting like a heathen. That's heathenistic things. Jeremiah 10:2 tells us to learn not the way of the heathen. So you gotta drop that shit, man. All right, that goes into putting on the new man, the immortal, putting off that old man and making sure he's dead and gone. All right, now we're technically still battling the old man in the sense of we're in this flesh. It's not like you come into this truth and it's like, okay, well, Rick, let's just say Rick, shit, a last name, Rick Johnson. It's not like, okay, you came into the truth and now you're just Itazawam. No, you're still Rick Johnson, but what it means by putting off the old man is putting off those old characteristics. To sum it up, man, to summarize it up, putting off that niggatry, man. Being a man of integrity or a woman of integrity with morals, with uprightness, upright spirit. All right, that's what it goes into, But it says, verse 2, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Right, so and that's the Lord setting the standard right there. Well, you're the chosen people, so you're going to be held to a higher standard. Okay? You got to be, right? When you have a child and he's the oldest, he's the one that you made, he's the one that you had first, he's going to have more responsibilities. All right, the same thing applies to the nation of Israel. We're not the first nation, but we're the chosen nation. The Lord put his love upon us, so we're going to have more responsibilities. Okay? You need to understand that. You can't just walk around and act like these regular people out here, man. You can't just walk around here and, no, man. You can't do that. Okay? You think if you were the son of King David or King Solomon, you could just walk around and act like a nigga? No, you're next up to be king. The same thing goes for our whole nation. You got to conduct yourself accordingly. All right? Let me go ahead and get this. James 1:22. But be doers of the word. What word is this talking about? The Bible, the scriptures, man. Okay? The book of Genesis all the way to Revelations, including the Apocrypha, which is part of the Old Testament. Okay? Old and New Testament alike. You got to be a doer of the word. Let's go ahead and look up that word doer, man. The Google definition. Because you're going to come to find out that there's a good amount of guys out there that really aren't doers of the word. They're just merely talkers. They just spew out, uh, 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 uh you know, well, what's the word I'm looking for? They profess, Salaki. They profess themselves to be some righteous man, but they're really just filled with filth. All right, doer, the person who does something. That's plain, right? A person who acts rather than merely talking or thinking, right? Just like even in the world, if you have all these ideas, you're an entrepreneur or whatever, you have all these ideas to become, wealthy off of, and you're not actually, utilizing those ideas, utilizing your resources. What the hell is the point of having the idea? Right? So what the hell is the point in bringing out scriptures and going to camp and making lessons and praying and fasting if you're not actually going to apply the scriptures, if you're not actually going to be genuine in this thing? And look at that. One of the synonyms or similar is entrepreneur, go-getter, man of action, achiever. How do you achieve something? Through work. All right, let's press on that. Matter of fact, a person who achieves a high or specified level of success. That means you got to take action. You got to get your head in the game, man. Okay? You got to get your head in the game. Just because you're not Apostle Tahar or Apostle Gabar or any of the apostles, elders, or whatever, just because you're not a camp head or just because you ain't been in this thing for 10 years doesn't mean you're not expected to deliver. Okay? Everybody plays a role in this thing, man. Speaking for myself, I have a very low amount of experience in this truth. Okay? I'm a young brother, man. I don't have much experience under my belt. I don't have a super high rank, but I understand that when the coach puts me in the game, I need to make the shot. Okay? That goes for all of us, man. Whether you're the point guard or the shooting guard or whatever, or maybe you're a bench player, they all play an important role in the team's success. They all are going to get a ring. They're all expected to get assists, to get rebounds, to get steals when they get on the court. All right, same thing goes for this truth, man. All right, because the Lord don't give a damn if you're not putting up 35 points a night like the starting point guard because you're the 10th man. If the Lord might only be expecting you to score 5 points, but best believe, don't think that 5 points is just oh no, nobody would even miss it. It's not even worth a damn. No, that 5 points can win the game. All right, and a lot of times it does. And if you're not willing to deliver those 5 points that you perceive to be so measly, but yet you're slothful in getting those points. All right, you're not confident to hit your shots. You're not passing the ball. Doesn't matter if you're the 1st or the 10th, you're going to get cut. Okay, you're going to get cut from the team, man. You see? You got to play your role. You got to do your part in this thing. Everybody's working for that penny, man. Okay? Everybody's working for that penny. I heard I tapped a little bit into the video the brother Arala made. All right? Going into complacency. Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, Salaki. Okay, I got it. The apostle, Dawadi Yalba Shemel Shai, Kala Yalba Shemel Shai, Damiyad. All right. Even the apostles, they're humble with getting, they know that they're not saved yet. They know that they still got to make their calling and election sure. So if the apostles are in that type of mentality, which is a righteous, a broken-hearted, contrite mentality, contrite spirit, what do you think we got to be in, man? Brothers that have been in for under a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6, 7, 8, whatever, you got to continue to fight the good fight of faith. Okay? So brothers in this truth, definitely, we're on a different level from these regular people out here, even these regular Israelites, man. Remember Romans 9, they're not all Israel which are of Israel. Majority of our people are acting like heathens, man. All right, the Lord has called you into this thing. You got to answer. You've been drafted to the basketball team. You got to hit your shots. Okay, nobody's going to ride the bench without stepping foot on the court, and they just going to they're going to get the championship ring. They're going to get the champagne poured over their head. No, man. You got to put your thing in. Even if you're a brother that may not be called onto the court, you might just be on the bench, so to speak. You still play a vital role in this ministry. You keep the momentum going. All right. You're charitable. All right. You're committed to the team. You're making sure that the morale is high. Okay. Everybody plays an important role in this thing, man. Okay. If you didn't, you wouldn't be here. Understand that the Lord doesn't need any of us. He damn sure don't need somebody that ain't contributing. So best believe, regardless if you're doing 18 videos a week or 3 videos a week, as long as or maybe you're a helper of the prophets, or maybe this, that, whatever it may be, as long as you're doing what the Lord wants you to do, you're golden. Okay? Seriously. So let me go ahead and get this and close out. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Salaki. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. And that's why I'm going to end this lesson on this. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Okay, the whole duty of the Israelite man. We're supposed to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, and one doesn't go without the other. All right, why would you keep the commandments if you don't fear the Most High? And if you fear the Most High, of course you're going to keep the commandments because you fear the Most High, right? It goes hand in hand, because if you don't fear the Most High, you're not keeping the commandments. Okay? There's nobody out there that's trying to keep the law to the best of their ability just because. It doesn't even make any fucking sense. All right? The reason you're trying to rehearse the righteous acts is because you have fear of the Most High, of Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. That's why, man. You're not just going out to camp and doing these lessons and praying and fasting, and when you offend a brother, you feel like shit. You're not just doing these just cause fuck it, why not? I ain't got nothing better to do. Come on, bro. It's because you believe, because you have fear, because you're persuaded within your mind that this is where you need to be and this is the truth. So act like it in your daily conduct. All right. So Lord will, this was edifying to elect. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors, of course, go out to our apostles and elders who rule and who teach well. Shalom to you, beloved brothers and sisters out there, man. Shalom.